What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap. So today we are having a little bit of a look, a licky-loo into what may be coming towards you, who, and why. It's real simple. I don't know what's coming out. It's real simple. It's real simple. I'm going to break it down into two parts of the reading. So we're going to look at who and why, and then we're going to look at what and what the energy looks like, and whatever comes out comes out. But y'all know how this works. Pick the card that's calling to you. The image, pick it with your third eye, not your first or your second. You can watch the whole reading if you like to and get messages out of all the piles, and have a main pile that's, that has the most for you if you want to actively choose one, but it's whatever you want to do with it. These are for you. You use them how you want to. The timestamps will be in the description and in the pinned comment. You can always hit me up for a personal reading. There's a link in the description. If something resonates with you and it moves you, feel free to leave a tip. If you got it, I accept them. Thank you. But other than that, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't joined our community. We're actively growing. I post every day, post something every day, go live, all that good stuff. So I ain't gonna bore you to death. Just go ahead, find your reading. I'll see you over there. Bye for now. What up, pile number one? Welcome to your reading on who and what is coming towards you. Now, I thought it'd be fun to kind of separate them into almost like two different parts of the reading that may or may not connect together, right? And then kind of see what we got. We're gonna start with the who. So they are coming up as the Lovers in reverse, which is like, okay, cliche. I pulled these cards beforehand and then I make the visuals for it based off of what I pulled. So I didn't just piece this together to make a love thing. I really didn't. I was really questioning myself, do I want to just scrap this and start over again? Because it is so cliche, but it is what it is. I mean, if it's cliche, it's probably meaning that there's people who actually are needing to hear this message. So I don't want to ever control the message. So I was like, for the sake of authenticity, I'll keep it. Fine. But the Lovers in reverse is an X. It's an X. It's an X. It's an X. 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 It may be an X partner. It could be a situationship that never really caught off the ground, but they could also be a Gemini, a Leo, Aries energy. This is somebody that you're not connected to anymore. I feel like this would be more of a no contact situation. For some of y'all, this could be very fresh. For others, it may not be. I feel like I say fresh because some of y'all, I'm picking on a heartbreaking energy. Y'all been watching pick cards all damn weekend, haven't you? Just been watching pick cards. I feel like there's this emotional longing for somebody. And it's okay. It's okay. We all go there. We all been there. It's you do what you need to do, but don't obsess. But if you're wondering if they're coming back or if they're trying to reach out, I do feel as if this person does, but it's not from a place of reconciliation. If they do, it's there's something about it that's not purely your best interest at heart. I want to pull some of these appearance cards to give you a clue of who this person may be. Not all of these may resonate, but this is going to be a little confirmation for you. All right. We have medium hair. Medium length hair. We have red lips. We have a man. We have a man. A man. Makes sense because most of my audience is females. And if it's about an X, and I bet most of y'all like men. Not all of y'all, but I bet most of y'all. Probably. Maybe. One more. We have a tooth gap. Not SpongeBob. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you. Oh! Why did I think SpongeBob? Maybe they like SpongeBob. I don't know. Maybe you like SpongeBob shit. Who doesn't like SpongeBob? Come on. Who don't like SpongeBob? Everybody likes SpongeBob. That's the what? Come on now. Everybody likes SpongeBob. If y'all like SpongeBob, I don't trust you. I'm just playing. Kind of hard not to like it. But those are confirmations. But back to the tarot. The why for me is giving curiosity, is giving impulse. This may be a person who like for no other reason want to reach out, because I know like if it's been a while or if like you're still healing from that and they do like send you a text message, it can be really confusing. It's like, why you don't want to be together, so why are you reaching out to me, or why are you looking at my profile, or why are you, I see you popping up like in my, I think that fake profile, or maybe my ex or something like that. I think it's like it's like, why are you trying to engage me? Why are you even showing me any interest or energy if you don't want to be with me? And the answer to that is simple. They're just curious. They want to know what you're doing. Like, they don't hate you. They don't hate you. They just don't want to be in a relationship with you or be in a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like oftentimes we over identify with the breakup, or we overly, like, we feel the emotions that we're feeling is so strong that we make the situation try to match that. And sometimes it's quite simple. Sometimes things just end. Sometimes people just don't want to be in a relationship. They get bored or like whatever. A lot of times it's not like you're a horrible person, you're not good enough, you're ugly, and your breath stank, and I like this bitch better. It's not always that, you know. Sometimes it's like a dude just gets bored, like, and you'll never be able to figure people out all the time. Like, you'll never be able to like know all the answers, no matter who you are, where you go. It's like sometimes they don't even know all the answers. They give you like a general, like, this is why, but like sometimes the energies don't match. Sometimes they're doing you a favor. Sometimes you're not aligned anymore. Sometimes it's just better. Like, and it's like, and just let yourself feel that and move on. Like, you know, but it's hard, but you're like, but it's hard to do that whenever they like are just popping in my energy, like popping in my head. Like, why are they thinking about me? It's like, it's part of the deal. And but the thing is, I don't feel like this person's grown enough or has done enough. They're still immature. Like, no matter how long it's been, they're still giving an immature vibe. That page of wands, the lovers in reverse. It's like, it could have been an ex even if it was upright. Like, but it's definitely somebody you'll need to be around if it's in reverse. It's like, it's like y'all are not on the same page. And they just they don't come in with a whole lot of like reason to. It's like the page of wands, he's just doing stuff. They're just doing, it's impulsive. It's got an urge. Sometimes maybe a little lusty. Maybe they're horny. I don't know. But it's like, it's not to be, it's not for your best interest. I'll just say that. Now for the what, I did pull these, I did roll these astrology dice. And then I plugged those there to kind of get just the energy of what's coming in. So we'll break that down. That's Pluto in Aquarius in the 9th house. So Pluto is the energy of like, sometimes it can be, radical change, transformation, like it could be healing, but coming from a hurt place. It's deconstructing. Think of it like when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, or like a phoenix that rises from the ashes. All those cliches. That's Pluto. That's Plutonian energy. And when we put that in the 9th house, it is having a revelation. It's having a eureka moment. It's having a whoa. Because the 9th house is expansion, but it's tied to Sagittarian energy about like philosophy and spirituality and faith, and also just like higher education, higher knowledge. So with that Pluto in the 9th house, it's like you have gone through some things, like experience, because the 9th house is more about learning through experience, not learning from a book, so to speak, but more so from experience. And so it's like you have this breakthrough moment. Right? You understand these, like, well, I see what this is, you know? You see things way clearer, like, than you used to, with the situation. And in Aquarius, that's about, like, say, friendships, communities, forward thinking. It's being authentic. That idea. So when we see Pluto in, Aquarius in the 9th house, it could be due to, like, say, it almost gives me like, say, if you were to, it can be like watching like a spiritual or a new age, like say podcast or something like that. Or being a part of a online community that's a support group, and you're understanding that like it's connecting to a community maybe online, that kind of thing. And it's giving you breakthroughs. It's making you see things a little bit clearly, because maybe you're like seeing other people's stories that resonate with yours, or talking to people who like seem to just get it. So it feels like a spiritual awakening in that sense, but maybe finding it through groups or like online communities or social media, or through friends with similar mindsets or whatever. And what it is, it's like you're revisiting your pain. You're walking into this phase of like where you've been stuck, or where you've been emotionally stuck, or where you feel like you don't know like how, like, you don't know how to get out of a certain mindset. Well, that's because you didn't know how your mind worked. It's like, I feel like you've been having these revelations about yourself where it's like, oh, that's why I do this, or that's why I do that. It's like, oh, it's self-knowledge. You're learning so much about yourself right now. And it's like, it's almost like a toddler just soaking everything in, like learning, like, it's almost like going back to going back to that type of like, age where you're like just curious and like just wanting to know everything, you know. It's giving that energy, and that's beautiful to tap into that as an adult, about something that's getting you excited enough to just want to understand yourself and the world around you. Like, because that's the thing, whenever you realize that the most important thing that you could probably know or learn or sit down and study, and like truly, and like as a person outside of school, I'm talking about like that. I mean, like something that you can invest in, to like a skill to learn about, is yourself. yourself. That's the key. Because I'll give you an example. Astrology. When people get into astrology, the first chart they see, the first chart they look at, the thing that makes them probably want to become an astrologer is what? Their own chart, your own birth chart. Like, I would be real surprised to see or hear an astrologer who did not start there, you know, like who didn't was just not just fascinated with their own chart, making the connections, like, oh my god, like that's okay, my sun in the 6th house means this, oh my Venus like conjunct my Jupiter means that makes a lot of sense, like, oh, that's why I like attract these people, or that's why I attract those people, that's why I act like this, and that's why I have these needs. It's like you'll start making, it's like, it's interesting, you'll start making these connections, and like, and then you'll want to see it from other perspectives eventually. Like once you get bored with your own chart, like you learn so much about it where you're like, okay, I see it. I mean, you'll never, like, I still go back to my chart and find something new. Like it's like one of those things. It's like, it's so involved, it's so complicated that you can always keep learning from it. But you start with the self, and then that bleeds over into wanting to see other people's things, and then like you interpret that and can make connections with them, and you talk about it, and they're like, yeah, that's it, and it's like it's like these synapses going off, and it's like it all started from where? You, knowing you, and once you get comfortable with, like, say those archetypes, or understanding like the symbols and what they mean, and you can start seeing it in the world and other things. Like, it's like you start applying it not just to people, but to whole, like, things, days, how, like, it's like you can apply it to a lot of things outside of people. And it's like, now I'm understanding the world. I'm understanding a lot about just people aren't that complicated, you know. It's like the confusing shit people do isn't that confusing if you're paying attention. If you know that energy in yourself and how you react to it, and how other, like, it's like you can kind of see it. You see yourself in other people. Like, I see myself in other people who are like me, people who are not like me. It's like, but I still see the other side of the spectrum, because it's interesting. And so it all started with me just looking at my chart and having these moments of, wow, that's amazing. So whatever that is in your life, that's getting you unstuck. That's getting you out of your own mind, or feeling like to trust yourself, that you know. But it came from a place of heartbreak and disappointment. The thing that pushed you there was like you thought you were looking for healing, or you thought you were looking for something to make you feel better, or something like, or just answers, maybe involving that ex that's getting on your nerve now. It's like it triggered something bigger than that. It triggered something better than that, and that's a blessing. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, and remember, guys, I love you. I mean it. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? I forgot to give you these. I'm sorry. I do that. I said that I wasn't going to use these cards. Well, I said I was going to use these cards, but I never really use them. But I was called to them. So I was like, okay, well, if I feel this call to them, I'll pull the cards. I don't necessarily like this deck, but I was like, if I remember to use it, I'll use it. But I almost forgot. And I'm probably going to do that this whole I'll be forgetting to use cards that I plan to use sometimes. But I caught myself. Here you go. We have Whispers of the Ghost. It says, pay attention to things and people that you don't normally pay attention to, and you may gain new insights. Aha, that kind of ties into that. We also have The Dawn of Darkness, finding the light in darkness. That's the Three of Swords. It's like finding something bigger and better than you thought you were even looking for. You came with a broken heart and you're leaving with so much knowledge and maybe a gift. Maybe a gift. We have uncharted adventures. The adventure of the unknown is always full of surprises and challenges. Yeah. You go seeking for something, just putting yourself out there, like you always find more than you were looking for. And that's the beauty of life. You always find more than you're looking for. Remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. We're looking at who and what is coming towards you. So I thought this would be an interesting reading to break it up into different parts. I think when I was pulling the cards, like I don't try to interpret them as I'm pulling the cards and I'm putting this stuff together. I try to just, I glance at them, just kind of get a vibe, a feel for what's going on. And I felt like this is one of the piles that may be connected to each other, like the who and the what. Maybe, we'll see. But we're going to start with the who. So we're going to look at them. They are the hermits. This could be someone who is, I kept getting grandpa, like older than you, like a family member or something like that, or somebody who you see as like an elder or something like that. That's for some people. It doesn't have to be. I know this because it's the hermit doesn't mean that it's necessarily someone even older than you. This could be a loner as well. It could be somebody who's kind of isolated, been isolating themselves, and someone that you may not have heard from in a while. But I do feel like you hear from them. Let's see. We have dark skin. Just to give you some confirmations. We have dark skin. Clues on who it is. We have redheaded. We have red hair. Tall. Let's see, one more. Short hair. Tall, short hair. Maybe redheaded. Maybe dark-skinned. Didn't have to be. Take it or leave it. But they could also be like a Virgo. They could be a Sagittarius strong. They could be Aries. But there's this Jupiter energy, like with their intentions. It's like they want to come into. It seems like to either give you something, like a gift. So that's why if it's a family member or like say someone older than you, like say if it's grandpa, your uncle, something like that, they come in when they help you out with some cash, a little bit of cash for some reason. That's for somebody. Like if you've been needing a little money or like trying to get something specific, like trying to get some tuition paid or trying to get like some loan paid or something like that, they may co-sign something for you. That thing, they may offer you some help if you need it. Because Jupiter is about blessings. It's coming in. It's like to blessings to help you out, to help you expand what you have. It's like it's to help you. But there may be somebody visiting as well. It could be like a family member visiting, or like just somebody that you haven't seen in a long time that's hard to get a hold of. I don't know why I'm getting hard to get a hold of. They may want to visit. I have the Four of Pentacles. And this is normally a stingy person, by the way, too. If this is someone who's trying to give you, like, if this is like that relative that wants to help you with like money or something like that, it's more like a loan, probably. like it's like, it may not be a gift. It may actually be a loan or like a cosign or something like that. It may be that, because I feel like they may be a little bit more frugal, but you know they got some money. It may be a little bit frugal, a little thrifty, a little bit stingy sometimes, but that's why they got money. Also, it could be somebody who just like holds back with their energy. Like I said, they may be hard to get a hold of. The King of Cups. This is like a father figure for somebody. Like it's more of a masculine energy. It could even be romantic. It doesn't have to be. If it is romantic, this is somebody who I'm not gonna say they're in and out. I think they're more introverted, and I think they don't do the clingy thing. This is somebody, and this could be long distance relationship. This is somebody, like, say if you aren't like right in each other's proximity, like this could be like that situation. So, but I do feel like this person isn't a people person. They're not mean. They're just not a people person. I think they're very emotionally connected to themselves. I think they're very very maybe sensitive, or like, but you probably never know it. but it's like they're deeply introspective. They don't seem to like crowds. They don't seem to like, they're not like that. So it's like they may isolate themselves every once in a while. They may like be hard to like I know you see my text messages, but it's like it's not coming from an offensive place. They just go through periods of just not even want to check their phone or something. So this may be a hard person to be in a relationship with if it is long distance. And it's like, I get it. But I don't think it's that for most people. I think it's somebody who just wants to kind of get out and they want to see you. And so it's like they get these bursts of moments where they want to just hang out, or they want to be social, or they want to like do something. And I feel like they're coming towards you for that. Take it how it fits. Yep, clarifying that, we have the Hermit. There he is. But let's move on to the what. Now I started off with these astrology dice that I rolled. A planet, a sign, and a house. And y'all rolled the Saturn in Sagittarius in the first house. So there's a period of needing to question, why is it, this is for somebody, why is it that we may not feel very confident in whatever we believe in, our spirituality, our whatever? It's like, it's almost not an identity crisis, but it's you don't feel comfortable being you in front of everybody. And I think everybody probably goes through this if you come from a religious family, like a religious household, where like, I don't know, watching like Harry Potter was demonic or something like that. At an extreme, like, I mean, I grew up in a family like that. Like, my dad's side was Jehovah's Witness, which I'm convinced that's a cult. So I'm convinced it's more of a cult but anyway, it's weird. Growing up and then actually doing more research about Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm like, it's really weird. But you couldn't do nothing. Like, everything was witchcraft. Like, it felt like hanging out with them. So it's like, I know for a fact that me being me, like who I grew up to be, they don't fuck with that. Like, they don't fuck with, so it's like, I know what it feels like to find something that you feel really connected to, and it helps you, it heals you more than, like, say, going to church did. And not to say I don't believe in God. I believe in God. It's just like my relationship with God is different. Like, that doesn't heal, that doesn't make me feel connected to God. That doesn't make me feel motivated to be a better person. It's like, but this kind of stuff does. The spiritual side of it does, not the religious part. So if you're feeling more spiritual and less religious, you may have a conflict of interest, so to speak, when it comes down to, like, say, going to see your family for Thanksgiving, or like having people over. You may have to want to hide your altar. You may want to, like, put that candle out. You know, it's like you may feel a little bit weird, like you're being judged, and it's not fine, but it is fine. It's normal. It's like you're still maybe it's like you're still discovering who it is that you kind of are and who that person is, and you're trying to still put the pieces together, and you may not want to broadcast like where you are now, because like it may change. You're still figuring things out. So it's like, I get keeping that part to yourself. But the Saturn part is like, it's like, but when do you get to a point where you're like, you know, this is like what I believe in. That's all. Like, there's certain things that you know, that you just know, and it's not going to change. It's like, what you know is what you know. Now you may now like the idea of like, okay, well, do twin flames exist, or are there past lives, or it's like that may be a little bit more subjective. You may believe in that now and it may change, or you may not believe in that and you may believe in it later. It's like, you know, that those things, like the mysteries of the universe kind of thing, though, that's kind of subjective, you know. Like, we go through phases, and those theories and ideas and beliefs and philosophies can morph and change as we kind of go along our journey. But certain things you just know to be true, like the idea of unconditional love, and maybe like certain things you just know to be true. And whatever that is, it's like, when you get to a point where you like say, okay, yeah, I believe in this. Like, I don't believe in a hell. I don't believe that there's a fiery hell that we're gonna die and go to. That's gonna be part of my beliefs for the day I die. I know that. I don't believe in hell. Like, I don't believe that a loving being, whether we call it God or source or spirit, whatever, it's like, I think it's counterproductive for like just why we're created to be like just like in an everlasting hellfire for, I don't know, anything really. It's like I don't think that's the point. I think we definitely are here to evolve our souls and learn unconditional love in all forms, and we do it across many lifetimes, because the soul is eternal. So if the soul is eternal, why would you put me in a place where like I can't learn anymore? You know, so it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't believe in hell. That's constant for me personally. I was giving you an example. So it's like, but when do you are able to say that to your grandma or something like that? If she's talking about like, I don't believe it. It's like, it's a process. It's a process, and it's like there's certain things I don't ever feel comfortable talking to my family about, and it's like I'll talk to y'all about it on YouTube, and they can find it on YouTube. But but still though, I don't feel like they would get it a lot of times, and I know they're not probably on my YouTube channel, but still, I think it's normal. And you have to be patient with yourself. That 10 of Pentacles, that's representing family to me, the values and the things have been instilled in you, and then that 7 of Pentacles in this situation feels like digging them up. Like, like, you know, it's like being patient with yourself and creating your own garden. It's like, yeah, you come from that 10 of Pentacles that's already assembled. You were born into it. Those beliefs, those values, right? Because the Pentacles don't always have to be about money. They can be about, your values and your morality and your sense of, worth. All of that can be Pentacles as well. That's Earth energy as well. So I'm looking at these Pentacles more like that than like money. The 7 of Pentacles here is like saying, you're creating your own garden. You put in the work to not just believe what you're being told, because they're already here. Like this, like these, you know, you don't have to think so much as a kid or when you are growing up and you're getting these values instilled in you. And some are valuable, and that they will shape. They shape who you are. Some things that your family has raised you with is valuable to you, you know, and some things just aren't. And so you're trying to decide and discover, like, what do I keep and what do I put away? What do I modify? It's like, and that's just a process. And I feel like you're going to step into this eureka moment of feeling like, wow, I get it. Like something's going to click to you and you're going to like feel so connected to it that it's yours, and it'll be you. Cause that first house, that Saturn in the first house, it's like, that represents you. Like you learn the discipline, you study it. It's like you're not, because there's so many people who have never read the Bible or read anything in that Bible for real. They just carry it to church and that's the only time they open it up. They haven't done a whole lot of research. This thing about reading a Bible, it's like maybe even reading a Christian book or reading a book to understand more about, like, say, God or whatever. But it's like they all they do is just listen to what someone's telling them and then just believe it. They don't question anything, or if they question something, they only question to themselves and they don't want to dig too deep because they feel a certain type of, it's like, you're not that, you're not that, you're not that. So it's like, I think it's going to come to a point where like that part of your personality is going to be your, like you question things. Like, it's like, you're not going to feel weird about it. You know, it's like, you're going to be disciplined enough to like, you know, cause Saturn Saturn does that. Saturn asks those hard questions like, well, why are we doing this? And it creates situations to kind of see if it'll hold the test. If it, you know, like if it really does hold water, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why we have brains. That's why we have the capacity to do it. Like, that's another thing, Miles. I don't think God would give us these, really powerful minds if we're not meant to use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's my opinion, but sound off in the comments. Let me know what your opinion is. Like, are you, do you feel a certain type of way with your family? Did you grow up in a religious family that just does not get this stuff? And if so, like, you're a very brave person, a strong person for breaking out of that. And not even breaking out of that, I'm not saying that religion is bad either. Religion is not bad. It's not. Like, it's like everything has a positive and a negative. Spirituality has a negative side. There's lots of negatives to the spiritual community, or traps that we have ourselves. But we're talking about religion. I think certain people do better with religion than they do with spirituality. Certain people need that structure and that sense of blah blah blah. You know, like but they need that in order to like connect with like being a good person, or like that's the only way they can do it. They may not be as open minded or that kind of way of thinking, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people need religion. And I feel like some people need it for community too. Cause like, I know like there's not a whole lot of new age, like places around, towns to just like meet up at. You have to look for those. So it's like, but there's always a church. There's always a church if you need help, if you need like some community. Like people need that too. So I'm not ever gonna complain or bad talk religion as bad as they talk about us. I'll say that. I know that Christians really talk bad about like anything that's spiritual, go or walks that line, like, So it's like, but I won't do that because I don't believe that it's bad. I think that some people actually need it, but other people won't grow in that environment. Like spiritual people, like I know I won't grow in that. I won't become. There's not enough room for me to explore in that place. I see herbal medicine, healing, prophecy, transformation. Who out there is herbals? Who's a little hedge witch? I'm getting hoodoo. Who does hoodoo? I'm getting hoodoo. Real strong. Like, it sent a chill up my body like I see star guidance. Even in the darkness, there are clues of light. Some of y'all think y'all star seed. I see. Cosmic warriors. Last but not least, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Fortunes are always turning. Seize the opportunity to change the future. Some of y'all are psychic. I see my psychics, my witches, my star seeds. Hello. But aside from the comments, let me know how this resonated. I love y'all. Thank you for spending some time with me. And until next time, remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. What up, pal number 3? Welcome to your reading. We're looking at who and what is coming towards you. All right. So breaking this down, we're going to start off with the who and just kind of get a vibe of what's going on. Start with the who and get a vibe of the person and maybe what they want. But first, I want to start with these appearance cards to give you an idea of like maybe who's coming in for you. By the way, they could be a Leo, Aquarius, Aries, or have these personality traits. And by that, it's like someone who is a little bit disruptive. I can see that, a little bit disruptive. But this may not be in a bad way though. And for some of y'all, I'm getting like it may be a group of people, especially like if you, it's giving, say, a surprise birthday party or a surprise. It doesn't have to be a birthday party. It can be a surprise anything. It can be like when you go to the office and say you did get the promotion, or like they're recognizing you for something. Maybe it's like they may surprise you with that, or like somebody like may surprise you with like just for no reason, like come in like, hey, let's go. Let me take you to dinner. Let me take you to lunch. It's giving that. It comes in quite randomly and abruptly, but it's like what they come with is good. It's the sun there. But who is this person? We have they may have a busty chest. For some of y'all, this is a woman with a busty chest. That's interesting. They may wear glasses. They may have blue eyes. Medium skin tone. Oh, that's medium skin tone. Maybe light skinned. But that's just to give you some confirmations. But so with them being like coming in with the tower, this may be somebody that you aren't expecting to see. You aren't expecting to see them. It could even be like, say, if you're going out, if you like, say, going shopping or something like that, or like on your way somewhere, you may bump into them. Because that tower card, I know we like to see the tower as like usually something bad or something that's, oh no, this is this is somebody to watch out for. No, it's like the tower's energy is just unexpected. The tower's energy is unexpected. It's quick, it's fast, but it's transformative. It shakes things up. It breaks up the day or breaks up whatever you're doing. So like if you were say you had plans to do something and you bump into somebody and it's a familiar face and y'all catch up and all of a sudden you want to get coffee, that's the tower moment. A mild tower moment, but a tower moment. Because they came in abruptly, they changed your plans, and you're doing something. It's that. Because I don't see this as negative. I see the High Priestess. Now, if you do have something coming up, like say if it is something that would would warrant a surprise party, like, or a surprise pop up or whatever like that. It's like you may see it coming or feel it coming. So I think they're doing something for me. I think something's going on. Or you may feel this person's energy kind of come like popping in. Especially if you are really intuitive or good at that. Like I have that sometimes where I'm like, I'll think about somebody and then like it could be somebody that I haven't talked to in a long time. And then like they'll like text me or they'll hit me up or like they'll pop up in some kind of way. So you could kind of be expecting this person. I see the World in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and this is something that's gonna like they come with a surprise. They come with something really good for you. They come with say it's something that's gonna make you feel uplifted. They come with joy. So that's a good thing. And it could be for somebody else too. So like if you are going out for a birthday party or something like that, you may run into somebody that you may not even know was gonna be there. But either way, it feels like a good connection. It feels like something that's happy. It'll bring you something joyful. It could, but it doesn't feel romantic though. It feels more like a friend. It feels like a friend. It could be a family member. It's someone that you enjoy being around, but it's not. I don't see any romantic connotations there. But it could be. You know, use your own intuition, put your stuff where you fit in. But let's shift gears into the what. Now this is gonna be something unrelated for this pile. It's unrelated to the first, to the who. I think some of the piles they seem to bleed together, or have a reference to each other, but I don't think this is that. I think y'all's what is completely separate from the who. And I did roll some dice. I rolled these astrology dice when I was pulling all the cards before I set this up. And so what y'all pulled was South Node in Cancer in the 8th house. So whenever I see the South Node, or even though, yeah, the South Node, whenever I see the South Node pop up, my mind automatically wants to translate that into the North Node, because if you don't know what that is, in astrology, your South Node represents where you come from, like your past life, your comfort zone, and like the lessons that you've already learned. It's the things that you kind of fall back to whenever you're not actively trying to progress yourself or actively trying to be more self-aware. A lot of times our South Node also represents, say, our earlier lives before we became more conscious of ourselves. So this is speaking of that energy. And the North Node is just the opposite. It's your destiny. It is your calling in this life. It's a new lesson. It's a challenge. Oftentimes when we're younger, especially, we don't necessarily resonate with our North Node. When I was just learning astrology, I did not resonate with my North Node. And this is kind of reflecting that, like, my North Node is in Capricorn in the 5th house. The opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. So that's the North Node. So this may be hitting somebody for real. We're going to get into, because if you're born around the time I was born, you probably have a North Node in Capricorn. There are a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people on my channel with North Node in Capricorn. I've seen it a lot doing seeing y'all's birth charts when I do readings for you, and I've seen lots of North Node Capricorn. So, and what that means is it's breaking out of this place where you are more so dependent, or more acting from a place of like your feelings, or like not putting yourself out there, want to be kind of like a shut-in. It's all of that. The North Node in Capricorn is like learning how to basically be independent, but also build something, create something, learn something. It's like being responsible, learning that in this lifetime. But it's also but the gift of that is, if you are on that path, you see huge rewards. Capricorn, that Saturn energy, like North Node Capricorns, they have a way of making a lot of money, being business minded, being able to persevere. It's being able to sit and even if it's at a snail's pace, if it's something that you really, really, really want, you focus on it. That's the whole point. It's slow and steady. And so most people with that energy as well, you don't necessarily get what you want quick. You don't normally see like not the real things you want. You may get lucky and find some blessings that have nothing to do with your calling, but like I said, if you won the lottery, or if you like just found a job with a good money. It's like you can have moments of like quick success, but the things that really matter to you, that you really want to do, it takes time and focus, and it may take years. But once you get there, you are abundant. You are like successful. No one can take it away from you. You learn that lesson. You build an empire, a legacy. So, and this is what this is in regards to. So it's saying you may have to change your strategy. So what you're walking into is an impasse. It's like things get stale. Things get kind of like, you stop feeling like you're progressing because you kind of get comfortable. The South Node in Cancer is like, it just wants to be comfortable. I just want to lay here. I just want to be with my family and my home and like just hang out. And in the 8th house, it can be like, and I'm maybe a little bit not paying attention to my money issues. I may be in debt, or I may be relying on some other means or other ways to kind of support me. I don't really want to work that much. It's giving that. It's kind of giving that. But it can also be that your feelings are too tied into what you're doing as well. The 8th house is Scorpio energy, so it's like it kind of goes real deep. It may be leaning too into the emotional side if you're trying to be productive. And I feel like this is about your goals. The 9 of Cups is about your goals, your desires, your wishes. You're walking into like this place where like you're gonna have to make a choice. You're gonna be strategic, because the 7 of Swords doesn't always mean sneaking and lying and cheating. No, it says that you need to stop taking shortcuts. You take shortcuts that don't help you, or you fall back into like easier ways to do things, like that, like the less like is you know the path that's the most attractive to you, instead of like sometimes making the conscious choice to make a challenge. And it's like, you have the ability to, you've surprised yourself time and time again. It's like you've shown up for yourself. It's like, but sometimes given the choices, you choose the easy thing. And it's like Spirit saying, stop. Not right now. Now is the time to really buckle down and to get strategic, because you know what you're doing, but you don't necessarily do it in the most efficient way. It's about efficiency. Being a little crafty, and also getting a little business minded. It's like, I'm not saying lose your integrity, but it's like saying there's nothing wrong with having a strategy or being strategic when it comes down to like business, or coming down to like just like being productive, whatever it is. It's like you don't have to feel guilty about trying to get to the top, about like everybody's not your friend. It's not saying being mean or like throwing anybody under the bus, but it's like understanding that you do have competition probably in some area of your life, and it's like that's normal. It's like you can be a good sport about it, but you don't have to like just let people win. It's like it's saying work a little harder. But that's what I got for you. Sound off in the comments. I'm gonna have this resonated. If this resonated, there's one more thing I gotta pull for you because I forgot. I was called to like pull some of these oracle cards out of the Unknown Crisis. I've never used this deck. I think I used it once and I didn't like it, but I was drawn to it today for some reason. And then I was like, well, if I remember, then I'll use it. And I almost forgot, but then I did. So I don't like the card backs. Like the card backs look like the card front. I'm like, that's the front of the card, right? Nope, that's the back. I don't know. It's a weird deck, but Spirit, something wants me to use this. Woo, okay. So we have Eyes of Darkness. Staying alert in darkness in the darkness of night to discover the hidden truths. Bridge of Souls. Crossing the bridge of the soul, connecting to the hearts of the other side. Then they don't really make a lot of sense. I have to break that down. Like, maybe I have to think too much or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm not smart enough for these cards. But it's kind of saying like, if you are in this space of like sitting within yourself, or like not being a little comfortable, like taking a break or something like that, it's like at least use this time wisely to kind of like figure out, okay, well, if I'm going to be sitting here and I'm not taking a lot of action, what am I going to do when I start taking action? One fell on the floor. Crystal Ball. Implications for the future. Yes, it's like saying you're gonna have, whatever you're doing, you have to you're gonna change, switch up, and be strategic, because it's like whatever you're doing now it may be working, but it's not gonna work forever. We all need a rebrand. We all need a refresh. Remember that. Also, these cards may hit you a little different. Like they may be into it. Maybe it's for me to show, so that way maybe like it may hit somebody in a special way, or give someone a special message that's beyond me. That happens sometimes. I'll just show them to you. Bridge of Souls. Crossing the bridge. All right, so the Eye of Darkness. Staying alert. Watch your back. Be careful. Also, a little side. I don't want to keep this negative, but of course, when you see the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Cups, that is an indication to watch. Keep your eyes on your stuff. Somebody may be eyeing what you have, and they may not be telling you what their true intentions are. And if you let your guard down, you may get got. It's saying be careful of people who covet what you have. Also value what you have enough to know that other people want it. Sometimes we don't even think that people want it. Like, why would you want that? And then it surprises you every single time. There's always people looking at you in a light of, I wish I was more like that. I wish I had what they had. Even if you don't feel like you have that much, there are always people doing a little bit worse than you. That's true. But there's always people who are down there kind of envious of you, as everybody. So be grateful for what you have, appreciate it, and know that even if you're not where you are, you're exactly what somebody want to be. But sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated, if this resonated. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. And remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye.